So the market has crashed in Madden 25 Ultimate Team, and you can take advantage by buying cards at a very cheap price today. Let's explain. Now, Salsa family, and welcome back to another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day, and without further ado, let's get started. Now, in this video, I'll be explaining what overalls have crashed in this game, which players you should be buying, and how many coins you should be spending on each of your upgrades. Let's get started. Now, first things first, what overalls have gone down in price? It's very, very clear to me. The 85 and some 86 overall players have gone down a ton. And in particular, 85 overall past champion cards or 85 overall cards that released at least 1 week ago have gone down in price a ton. If we go over to say the Season of Boom 85 overall cards, you guys are going to see these 85s are selling for 100k, 110k. That is not very expensive at all. If we go on over to the Legends as an example, you guys are going to see that these 85s, they're selling at 110k, 130k, 140k. Let's talk about who exactly you need to be buying though and who I'm buying today. To buy Madden 25 coins for the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use the promo code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Now, I have 4 kinda must-have cards that I think everyone should be targeting and a lot of people should be buying today. Let's start it off with a wide receiver in the Legend program. It is Randy Moss, boys. Randy Moss right here. The 85 overall is selling at about 163k, and that to me is a splendid deal for this card. This is one of the best receivers in this game. I mean, he's got 86 speed, he's 6'3", 87 jumping, probably a top 3 or 4 receiver in this game still, and he's only 163k. I like this card, but the other 3 I'm going to show you, I think I like even more. All right, now this card I'm going to show you is probably my #1 must-buy player today. If there is one card you buy after watching this video, it's Sam Laporta. This card is selling at 170k. Realistically, it can probably sell for a little bit less. I'm recording this right now at 11 p.m. Pacific time, which is 2 a.m. Eastern, so there's not a ton of people posting up cards. But you know the real dogs like me are awake and grinding, and this Sam Laporta card is worth buying. This card's got 85 speed, he's got great route running, 86 short, 80 medium, and honestly, I have noticed a huge difference between this card and Evan Ingram, and I was able to go through and sell off Evan Ingram for about 40k. I bought this Sam Laporta at like 150, which means realistically, I'm out of pocket for like 110k, and the card is really, really solid. I'd recommend you buy him. He crashed a ton today. Now, fellas, like I said, there's 2 other cards I'm going to talk about. The next one is Richard Sherman 85. A lot of these 85 overall corners, like say for example Sherman, Antonio Cromartie, their prices are cheap. I prefer Sherman to Antonio Cromartie. 85 speed, 87 excel, good zone coverage. The card is super solid, and I'd recommend him at 160k. It's a great price. Now, the final card that we're going to mention is a 1 overall higher. Some of the 86 overall Campus Heroes, they sell at a pretty good price. I prefer the Campus Hero 86s over the cards like Trayvon Diggs, and Surtain at 250 is a great deal. He's also making this list at 86 speed, 87 excel. He's super balanced, man 84, zone 84, play rec 83, 84 press. I'm a big fan of this card as well. Those 4 cards I love. If you want to buy all of them, you can. If you just get one, I think Laporta is such a good deal, and honestly, he's like tight end 2 in this game. Tight end 1 is like 800k in Vernon Davis, and the number 2 is Laporta, and he's way, way cheaper. All right, now I will say, with the market going down and this overall downward pressure, like these 85s down to 100k, if you are planning on going and getting one of these players, first things first, just be sure you take a look at the set. Like if we want to go through and get this Surtain set completed, it might be a little bit cheaper to go and actually buy these 83s. I haven't done the numbers on all these players, but I would say just before you go and buy one of these cards, quickly take a look at the set. If the set is cheaper, it's worth doing. A lot of the times the sets will be cheaper because typically people are selling cards on the auction block with the 10% EA tax kind of baked into the price, increasing the number by 10% over the set. So a lot of the time, if you just want the player on your team, it's actually cheaper to do the set because you're not losing out on the 10%, which people are kind of adding on to their price after they complete the set and after they sell the player off. So just a quick little tip right there. Now, there are also a couple other sections of cards that I am recommending and I would recommend you guys get. But before we talk about that, boys, NFL football is continuing tomorrow. It is the Bills, it is the Dolphins in what should be a really good Thursday night game. And if you want to make some picks over on that game, well, there are a ton of specials going on Underdog Fantasy that you're not going to want to miss out on. Number 1, CeeDee Lamb's line just got set to 0.5 yards for any code SWIFT user, whether you use it today or you used it last week or you use it in 3 days. You get CeeDee's line set to 0.5 yards. He's hitting that. Now, additionally, if you're a new sign up, not only do you get the CeeDee line, but you also get Josh Allen's line set to 0.5 yards for the game tomorrow. 2 specials. Now, if you want access to both of them and you want to make some picks on the games, I'm going to leave Underdog linked in the description. We've won over $1,000 $1,000 in total winnings since NFL started. So if you want to check it out, click the link, download the app, and let's have some fun together. That sounds super sus. All right, continuing on, let's talk about AKA players in this game because these cards did come down in price a little bit today. Reason being is because of the fact that there was actually an AKA pack make right. And when I say pack make right, what I mean is the AKA pack, which was glitched about a week ago, was now given back in return as a make right. Anyone that opened up the glitch pack got 2 packs in return. So what I decided to do today is I went through here and I bought myself an AKA player. Of course, with these AKA cards going down, I had to. Marvin Harrison Jr., in my opinion, is one of the best cards in this game, and he was down to like 280k. I bought him and I was like, you know what, that feels like a great deal. And I think that right now the AKA section in the market honestly has the most overpowered players. Like Paul Krause is an unbelievable card. Marvin Harrison is an unbelievable card. It feels like AKA has given us some of the best players in this game. I am hoping these cards continue to come down in price. We'll kind of see how their numbers move right now. Just in terms of numbers though, at the time I'm recording this video, it looks like Marvin Harrison is going to be selling for about 318k, so he has come up a little bit, and then Paul Krause is 340. These cards did come back up a touch, but they were selling for a lot less earlier when that AKA pack make right happened, so we took advantage, which is nice. Hopefully you guys did too, and I'm hoping these cards continue to drop because they're some of the best in the game. Now beyond that, I also don't think it's a bad idea to actually pick up some budget offensive linemen. If you guys want to check out some of the best budget offensive linemen in this game, I'm going to leave mutt.gg linked down below in the description, but just 2 players I'm going to suggest. Number 1, I love this left tackle Ronnie Stanley. If you don't have the free BND left tackle from the Rookie Premier promo, Ronnie Stanley, really good stats. I'd recommend him a left tackle at 100k, great price. And then the right tackle I would suggest is Jack Conklin. Jack Conklin sells at a bit more. I believe he's closer to 150. He's actually 173 right now. This card's got solid stats. Me personally, I don't know that I'm going to spend this many coins on a tackle right now. I might just wait a little bit, but if you do want to go through and buy a couple of tackles, I think Stanley's a great price at 100k. At 170, Conklin is a little more expensive, but I would say he's worth it too. Now, how else is the market going to move in the future? What overalls are going to go down in price? Well, if I had to predict an overall that's going to go down in price next, it's going to be the 86 overall players, and I would say realistically, these 86 overall campus heroes are in line to go down next. The way the market kind of works is when we get an overall bump in this game, the overall below that goes down in price. And as I'm assuming a lot of you guys know, the Game Time promo is giving out 87 overall champions, meaning that now these campus heroes, which are only 86s, well, they typically go down in price because the cards that are required to go into their set get cheaper and cheaper and just less demanded. So I could easily see these cards maybe going down to 180k in a couple of weeks. At 250k, I don't think Surtain is a bad deal at all, but for a card like Malik Neighbors, who's a little bit worse than Surtain in my personal opinion, I'm waiting a little bit. And a card like Joe Alt, I'm waiting a little bit. I do want Joe, and I'm hoping he goes down to, yeah, maybe 180k, but the 86 overall players, they should go down in the coming weeks. That's just kind of how the market works. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video talking about how the market went down, what players you should buy, and how some of those cards I showed you in this video are just absolutely wonderful deals. I'm hoping the AKA market comes down a little bit. It might when we get our free BND next week, so stay on the lookout for that. And then beyond that, campus heroes might continue to come down over the coming days, but right now 85s in my opinion are a great buy at 100k or 120k, 130 even. There's some really good value players you can pick up. That's gonna do it for me. Until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace.